Hey everyone, it's Lisa, and today is hump day, and I am getting ready to go run some errands as usual. I've done a few things around here, and yesterday when I did my video, I noticed a few of you, and I've been asked this so many times before, but I noticed a few of you talked about baby weight. So I thought I would get on here and just say a few things about losing my baby weight after I had both children. And I should have brought some pictures. I don't think I have any. If I do, oh goodness, let me see real quick if I can find any. Hold on. This is me the night of my baby shower with Will, and you can see, just look, you can see how much weight I had gained. Look at my arms and my face and everything. And these are when I took pictures of my swollen pregnant feet. I had not major, but at the end, of course, I had the hypertension and I had major swelling. I had swelling in water so bad, I could, when I was driving, when I hit a bump, I could feel like the fluid just shaking in my ankles. It was terrible. And look at my feet here. That's where I was putting them up on John's desk, so you can see the fluid, like where it collected around my ankles. It was terrible. And look how puffy like the top of my feet were. So I did not have these little glamorous pregnancies that a lot of people do. I was not the one who just looked like they had a baby and the rest of her looked normal. Hold on, now little picture of my feet. I could do this all day. I love pictures. I hate now we don't really take pictures like this. It's a little bit different, but so you can see, look at my feet are pretty thin. So let me see if I can find any other pictures. Okay, here's a picture of me holding Brooke outside of our front door when I was pregnant. And I lived, my favorite, if any of you guys are pregnant now, which there's so much more to choose from now with maternity clothes, but my favorite maternity clothes were Old Navy. I lived in those Old Navy maternity dresses. That's what I wore like every day. You can see, that's what, glare. There's Brooke kissing little Will. But that is the shoes that I wore all the time too, just like reef flip-flops. Okay, I can't find any more now, but that should give you a sense of how much weight I gained. I gained about 60 pounds with each of them. And the worst thing was the shoes and the clothes that I took to the hospital, I couldn't even put on. I think I wore my slippers home from the hospital both times. Maybe with Will, I might have worn flip-flops, I'm not sure. But so I even got bigger and gained more weight right after we got home, because for some reason you swell a lot right after you have the baby, and so it took a little while for that to go down. And I had I didn't have C-sections, regular deliveries, and both my babies were small. I had, let's see, Brooke was 6 pounds 11 ounces and Will was 6 pounds 8 ounces. So, and John and I were small babies, so I had it good that way. But the one thing I was thinking when I was getting ready, the one thing I want to stress with anything when I talk about babies or I talk about losing my sexy when I had babies, I would lose my sexy any day of the week. Any day, I would just live in sweatpants for the rest of my life if I could keep a little baby. I mean, there is just nothing like it. I wish John and I both, if we weren't older, we would have probably had another. But we, were both older when we had children. And, not that we probably couldn't do it, but, we just at that moment decided 2 was enough. And I love babies. And I think they are worth any inconvenience, any bit of anything. I'm not blaming my babies for anything. So get that clear. And also when it comes to losing weight, I think that should be kind of like in the back of your mind. Just really enjoy that baby. I mean, those months go by they're so only that quick, 1 month, and just that little bit of time, in like 3 months, I think 3, 4, 5 months, oh gosh, it's awesome, and that only lasts that little bit of time. So don't really worry yourself about just the way you look and stuff like that right at that moment. Just enjoy your baby. I'm talking, a year or so down the road, if you're having trouble. Luckily, I did not have much trouble, and I think that is because mine was mostly water weight. Now, I did eat like there was no tomorrow when I was pregnant. With Brooke, especially with Will, I had morning sickness, so it was hard for me to find anything to eat. And I had really, really bad heartburn with him, so eating was not as much fun. But I didn't eat diet food or anything. I ate when I wanted to. It's just finding something that agreed with me was tough. But the way I did it was low carb. So, and I know a lot of people are just so against that diet, but you don't have to do it. I didn't do it, you know, as strict as the books will tell you to. I remember eating fruit and whatever vegetables I wanted. I didn't go by, you know, only eat green beans or something like that. I remember eating an apple. Every morning I would get up and I would peel an apple. Fuji apples are my favorite. And I would eat eggs, scrambled eggs with cheese, like shredded cheddar cheese is what I would eat. 2 eggs. And then for lunch, I would eat a salad with chicken on it, usually grilled chicken. And then, you know, just snack during the day on nuts and fruit and vegetables. I always had like a vegetable tray or something to snack on. And then for dinner, I would just eat, you know, whatever we were eating. I just wouldn't eat a roll or cake or stuff like that. And then I always cheated on the weekends. And that's pretty much how I eat now. I try to eat pretty good during the week, and then I eat what I want to on the weekends. So I really don't have any magic solution or anything for losing weight. But one thing I can say, and this goes for losing weight, baby weight, or anything, is if you have, say you look and you have 30 pounds to lose, which I have had 30 pounds to lose, don't be so discouraged that you have a hard time starting or keeping up with it, because every 5 to 10 pounds is fun. Every time you lose, you know, say you weigh, let's just say you weigh 160. Well, when you get down to 150, you're going to be able to tell a difference, and that's going to be fun to you, and that's going to motivate you. And then when you get down to 140, that's going to motivate you even more. So it's fun the whole way down, and it's exciting to each way down, you know, have to buy a new pair of pants or something like that. So that's my bit of advice on losing weight, because a lot of times I think we get hung up on, oh gosh, I need to lose 20 pounds. Well, after you lose 5 or 10, you're going to be able to feel the difference, and that will motivate you to keep on, and it'll be fun. You'll be able to tell the difference the whole way down. And another thing I would say is, if you have just had a baby, or you know, your baby's 6, 7, 8 months old, just try to buy a few things to wear, even if it's, you know, 2 or 3 nice pair of yoga pants and some nice looking tops and some nice looking flip-flops or something. If you could only wear this, this, and this, then make this, this, and this something good. You know what I mean? Like if you're only going to wear, you know, flip-flops, well then, you know, get some good looking flip-flops, or just don't try to dress, you know, try not to be sloppy. That would be my advice. That's what I did. Like when I knew I could only wear, you know, when I was pregnant and I could only wear maternity clothes, I tried to get maternity clothes that I liked. I didn't just, you know, just try to make the most of it until you can lose that weight. So I guess I don't really have any good magic advice. My advice would be enjoy that baby while you can. I would do anything to just have those babies back. I mean, just looking at a couple pictures in here could just make me cry wanting them back. But I'm going to do a quick outfit of the day, and then let you go. Today I have on one of these tops that I got last year at the Express, and I am going to go today, matter of fact, and see if I can find something else about like this, but just maybe a little bit bigger size, because these buttons pull and I don't like that. So that's one thing I'm going to look for today. I've got on a belt from J. Crew is where I got this one, and then my jeans are the 7 for All Mankind Georgia jeans today. So you can see my shoes are almost a little too high for these, and I'm not even going to tell you what my shoes are because these are my new ones. I'm going to save it until Friday. But I just love these jeans. They are so comfortable, and I just feel like they fit me, you know, so good, and they're real soft. So I encourage you to get some of these if you want to try some of these, you know, high-waisted jeans. Okay, my earrings are the Rich Rocks. I think these are just one of my all-time favorite earrings. And my ring is Dean Davidson, the Plaza ring. I think I'm doing all Dean Davidson today. I'm doing the tube bracelet from Dean Davidson and the necklace that matches. and my watch is the blush colored Fossil Aluminum, and the fragrance I have on today is Prada Candy. So I hope you guys have a good day, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.